You know, I'm a firm believer that sometimes in life you need to give what you get. Yeah. I think that's some of the ways that I choose to live. I would always give you as much as you give me. And I'll sprinkle a little bit more. If you give me 2, I'll probably give you back 2.5, maybe 2.5. If you're very kind with me, I'm going to be very kind with you with a little bit more. If you're very soft with me, I'll be very cool with you with a little bit more. You're very friendly with me, I'll be friendly with you with a little bit more. If you're the opposite, well, we're going to go to war. No doubt about it. I'm never going to back down. It's not part of me. And I think sometimes it's very important for the dynamics of relationship. I mean, people respect you because they know you can react if they do wrong. That's the only reason why they respect you. Trust me. Only spiritual people can really respect you without anything in return. Like, that's the human nature. Human beings respect people that have capabilities. Very scarce are the people that you will find that respect people that are below them. Like, you know of a story. Everybody knows of a story of a person that mistreated their maids or domestic worker or something similar. People respect what they fear. People respect what's mysterious. People respect what they don't understand. People respect people who don't necessarily need them. Look at the bank. The bank will lend money to somebody who doesn't need it, but they will refuse money to somebody that's really needed. Isn't it crazy? That's the reality of the world. That's the dynamic of life. Now, the Nigerian government has revoked a mining license from a French company named Orano. This is uranium mining. Orano has been in Niger for many, many years, and nobody saw this coming. This is Niger. Lovely people, great country, but going through some very difficult time at the moment. They have revoked a license from a French company, and it's shocking everybody. We're going to try to find out here why. What will be the reason why they've revoked this French license? Like I said, Niger is this country, been colonized by France for many, many years. In the 1960s, they got independence. They became free like many other African countries, and they proceeded to be a free country, but not really free. They were just politically free, but in reality, many experts believe they were still run by the ex-colonizer. The ex-colonizer apparently chose who the president were going to be. He made sure the Niger president and that of many other African countries would be president that would upkeep their interest in the African continent. Now, this company that was named differently many years ago has been working in Niger for many, many years. What do they mine? They mine uranium. Niger is one of the biggest producers of uranium in the world. And uranium is a very hot commodity because uranium is what you need for the production of the atomic bomb. This is the atomic bomb. And uranium is also used for medical purposes and many other things. Uranium is also used for the production of electricity. France gets its uranium from Niger. About 15% of French energy comes from Niger, and about a quarter of the European Union energy comes from Niger. That's massive, fellas. But in the meantime, people of Niger are living in the darkness. Some of them have no electricity, and they have to borrow electricity from Nigeria. Yes, these are two different countries, Niger and Nigeria. Nigeria sells electricity to Niger. Yes, I know Nigerians are here, they're going like, okay, but we don't have electricity ourselves. Yes, you don't have electricity because you're a citizen. But your country sells electricity to Niger because they're making money out of it. Now, let's continue our story. The current government in Niger and France are not in very good terms. Why? Because the current government of Niger was not democratically elected. In fact, they came in power by toppling an ex-president named Mohamed Bazoum. This is Mohamed Bazoum. He was in power for many years, but the people didn't like him very much because they felt like he was not working for the people, but was working for the interest of Western nations. You know, at some points, people get tired of you. So what happened? His army, his guard, toppled him. They took over the power, but they didn't hurt him. They kept him on house arrest. France was furious about that. Emmanuel Macron condemned what's happened in Niger. Now, the Nigerian government tried to make things easy by saying, by calling the French ambassador in Niger to come and have a discussion so they can agree on a way forward. The French ambassador refused to go meet them. That's when they got pissed off. Then they say, you know what, we're giving you 48 hours to leave the country. After giving the 48-hour ultimatum, the French government reacted by saying, you are not a legitimate government. And because you're not a legitimate government, we will not respect your ultimatum. Because the people of Niger know that if they went by force, that would have given France the right to come also defend its countrymen and its interest. They sent the people to walk down the street and chase French military personnel that was stationed in Niger for the past couple of years. Fast forward, France and Niger relationship are not very good, and also French ex-colonies in West Africa are not in very good terms with Niger. Now this is ECOWAS. ECOWAS is a union of 15 different countries of West Africa. They come together, help each other in terms of economics and politics, and now militarily. When the Nigerian government kicked off the French people, ECOWAS blocked the road to the Nigerian government. They wanted to go into Niger and fight them.
We are ready to go anytime the order is given. The D-Day is also decided, which we are not going to disclose. There will be no more meetings of the chiefs of defense staff. If there will be, it will be probably in the course of the operation if there is the need to adjust the operation.
That's them saying they are ready to go to Niger and fight. So basically, it's like, okay, your friend is trying to free himself from whatever he calls oppression, and you are ready to go fight your friend or your brother, so-called brother, African brother, for the interest of Europeans. When will a European country fight another European country for the interest of African country? Well, let me shut up. Okay. The real issue here is this one. Niger has discovered oil in its country, and because Niger is a landlocked country, here it is, it has no port to the sea. Therefore, they need another country where they can direct their oil to the international market. So they use Benin. Benin is an ex-French colony. They have very good relationship with France. Now, Niger is afraid of one thing. After they kicked out the French soldiers out of the country, many French soldiers relocated to other ex-French colonies nearby. And Niger feels like there are French troops hiding in Benin, ready to go and topple them, ready to go and destroy the country and reinstate the ex-president Mohamed Bazoum, with which they were working perfectly. Fast forward, Benin has opened its border to Niger. They want to enter, they want to sell, they want to commerce because they realize that money is not flowing, people are suffering, things are not good. Let's find peace. The Nigerian government does not want to open the border. But in the meantime, they want to export oil through Benin. So the Beninese president said, there's no way I'm going to let you do that if you don't open the border.
Et nous avons seulement dit aux Chinois qu'attention, il ne peut pas avoir de bateaux chinois dans nos eaux pour charger des produits nigériens que les Nigériens eux-mêmes ont interdit de traverser le Bénin. Ce sont les Nigériens qui interdisent cela. Quand vous fermez vos frontières, vous fermez des frontières pour les produits allant chez vous, pareil pour les produits venant de chez vous vers nous. Donc les Nigériens ont interdit, nous avons dit aux Chinois, attention, ce n'est pas nous. Nous prenons acte des dispositions que les Nigériens ont mises en place actuellement dans le cadre des échanges entre le Bénin et le Niger.
Let's focus on the pipeline. It's 2,000 kilometers. A few days ago, 6 soldiers from the Nigerian government that guard some part of the pipeline were unalived. And a group of people destroyed a big chunk of the pipeline, disabling the Nigerian government from exporting the oil that they recently discovered. And this contract was signed with the Chinese, not with the French. After the pipeline was bombed, Niger immediately revoked the contract of mining with the French company. Can we say that the bombing of the pipeline was work by the French and not terrorists? It looks like that. In other words, if you destroy our project of the pipeline, we're going to destroy your project where it comes from. You are not getting uranium from us. We are revoking your contract. If you think you're punishing us, in reality, you're going to punish yourself. The Nigerian government and the Beninese government are not getting along at all because they feel like the Beninese government is hiding French soldiers in their land. The Beninese government want the Nigerian government to open the border because they have opened the border. The reality is not the government is suffering. It's the people that are suffering because most people from Benin and Niger go into each other's country to sell things. So the Beninese people are not making the money they're supposed to be making. And this is pressure on the government. And because they're not making money, they're not paying tax to the government of Benin. And this becomes a big issue. The Nigerian government has revoked the paper that's allowed the French company Orano from exploiting uranium from the country. So France is going to suffer electricity shortage. If France suffers, European Union is going to suffer electricity shortage. We also know that the Russians have arrived to Niger to support them, to give them intelligence, to give them armament, equipment, and defensive measures. Can we say that this idea was maybe inspired by the Russians to push out the French? Is this the reason why we're seeing Emmanuel Macron very angry at Vladimir Putin on the international scene? Let me know how you feel about this. It's always a great pleasure. God bless.